Now it's time for the main event of the evening. Where's my mic? Where's my mic at? Where's my mic? Here we go. Start over. You gonna edit that? You gonna edit that, right? You gonna add that part out? Okay, cool. Now it's time for the main event of the evening, sponsored by Champion, the good folks at Champion. Get ready to crown a new Women's Champion of the Year. Yeah. So, now this, trying to decide who was the Women of the Champion, who was Women's Champion last year. It took me a while. I had to really, this is way harder than even picking up top 20. Like, I really had to be petty, tedious, like, had to have I really had to really have attention to detail. I had to really go over each individual battle, almost every round, and like really decide who should be Champion of the Year for last year, Women's Champion. And I narrowed it down to 3 women who, in my opinion, should be and probably are the leading candidates. That's 40 bars. That's 40 bars. That's 40 bars, official, and KCJ. In my opinion, are the top 3 leading candidates for Women's Champion for last year. Now, each one, in my opinion, has somewhat of a weakness, somewhat of a flaw. That's why it was hard. Not a flaw. Have something that you can really debate as to why they shouldn't be champion of the year. Each one has one little thing, right? Now let's start off with KCJ. KCJ was dope last year. KCJ was dope. She rose to the occasion almost every time last year. The only real caveat, the only thing you could debate on her is strength of schedule. Her schedule compared to official on 40 doesn't really compare. Okay? But then you have official who showed up for the most part all her battles last year, had great competition, damn near had great material every battle. The only thing is, the thing on her is a lot of people have her not winning all her battles for last year. And then we get to 40. Now 40, once again, had strength of schedule, had dope material, had probably the hardest competition last year. But she was not flawless. She was not flawless last year. There's a lot of New Era, shout out to New Era podcast, a lot of yips in things to where she didn't complete at least one battle last year. And that really is something we have to go over with. So, this is why this was so hard. But at the same time, all these women did their thing. They deserve to be highlighted. They deserve, just like all the other women, but they deserve to be highlighted, to be praised. And let's really go over who should be Champion of the Year last year. Okay, so I went from top to bottom for last year. I first went to the royalty card, right? And all 3 were on the royalty card. So then I had to start going over, okay, well, KCJ had the best performance probably out of all 3. She got a body bag. Once again, we're going to get to that in a second. She had the first body bag of the year last year versus Miss Merck. Flawless flawless performance, dope material. The only one that had a clear win, in my opinion, clearest win on that royalty card, KCJ. Then I go to official. Official, even though she had a very, very, very dope battle, probably the hardest person to battle is Rum Nitty, a fan favorite, internet darling, hard to beat. This is like the Daniel Bryan of of battle rap, right? And I had to rewatch the battle to get my memory, in tune to be like, who really won this battle? I know a lot of people say Rum won, but I had to, okay, let me really rewatch this battle. And in my opinion, Official started the battle here and then went downhill. So it's like, and Rum like kind of started here and like went up there. So it's like, I can't really give her, even though material was good, it wasn't fully clean in her, and she like went down, like she went on a downward spiral in the battle instead of going up, which is the goal. And I gave Rum Nitty the battle. So I'm like, okay, well I got KCJ of Official. So now I'll put KCJ versus 40. Now, both material-wise, probably 40 had the better material. Of a slight edge to material. 40 definitely had a slider. 40 definitely had the better competition, no slight to Miss Murray. Better competition. But then we look at consistency. Then we look at who leveled up, who leveled up throughout the battle. 40, in my opinion, was up here, kind of dipped, and then kind of went back up. So it was like this. KCJ, in my opinion, was good throughout and kind of was on that, took flight the whole time, right? So I'm like, what do I grade? But how do I grade that? So, and 40 had, once again, had yips, had hiccups, wasn't clean throughout the whole battle. So I'm like, who do I really give that to? But the importance of 40 versus Hustle, it had high stakes, the main event, and I have 40 winning that. So even though, and this is the debate of what's better, a body bag or a debatable. Even though KCJ did her thing versus Miss Merck, I have to look at the totality of the situation. And I have the slightest slight edge. Give it to 40 because of the importance of the battle, the impact of the battle, which we have not going over yet. The impact of the battle, what it meant. And once again, 40 did her thing. She wasn't fully clean, but it still had impact and set the precedent for the rest of the year. I had to give the slight edge to 40. So we got 40 Casey for Official. Now we're going all the way to the summertime. Now we got KCJ versus Coffee, which there's a lot of controversy going around that battle. And if you know, you know. I'm not gonna go over that. But in my opinion, Casey was fighting an uphill battle because first it was supposed to be on the roof. It was not on the roof, so her first round, the way her first round ended, kind of was because it wasn't on the roof. Coffee Brown, on the other hand, was able to rewrite some of her material throughout the battle. So once again, Coffee looked like she was able to adapt to the scenario and everything. So once again, Casey was fighting an uphill battle, and in my opinion, if we just go take everything out, we go battle for round, and who had the better material, I think Coffee had the slight edge almost every round except the third. Casey was close to getting into that body bag, but she hopped out that motherfucker. She's like, what's up? Like, she hopped out that motherfucker. And Casey slightly lost the first and second to me. Like, Coffee Brown didn't completely wash her. I just think Coffee had a better overall material and performance, slightly. So in my opinion, Casey J lost a slight. And once again, if you know everything surrounding it, it's kind of like you have to look at it with a grain of salt. But I gave Coffee Brown the battle with a slight edge 2-1. But Casey J still had dope material. Phenomenal material. Okay? So now Casey J is kind of one up, but it's kind of unfair because nobody else battled. 40 and Official didn't battle. But now let's go on to the next card to where all three women were on the card. Now, later in the year, all three women, Casey J, Official 40 bars, were on the same card twice. Again. Now, this is going to be 3 times on the same card. And now we can really compare, okay? So, you got Casey J versus Swamp, which all went over. Body bag. So now this is the second time she got a body bag on her resume. Second time. Flaws, victory, have performance, have presence, impact. Probably the biggest impact out of all three because her performance had the most damage because now it stopped the momentum of a guy that was on the rise, okay? So she most definitely had the biggest impact. Now, who had the best competition? People will probably say Surf, but in my opinion, it was Official. However, Official, who versus Arsenal, had great material. If you really listen, Official had great material versus Arsenal. The only problem is Official's performance wasn't there. It's the first time she was in a caffeine room, and she clearly was not ready. And whatever jacket she was wearing, or whatever a lot of people say it was a jacket, I don't know, but she clearly did not have no breath control. Oh, D out of Henny Man freaking gift letter. She clearly did not have breath control, right? Breath control, and it messed up her performance. If she would have, but then I think even if she ended her rounds clean, I still feel like Arsenal was just a slight edge better than her almost every round. Like there's a round, like I almost gave her the first. I almost gave Official the first. If Official was clean in that first and had better poison present, I might have given Official that first. But Arsenal was just slightly better almost all 3 rounds. And there was a gentleman's 30, in my opinion. So now, Casey J once again is up on Official. So now we go to Official versus 40. Casey J versus 40, okay? Now, this is where I'm almost going to probably low-key contradict myself. We got 40 bars, right? 40 versus her. 40 wanted this battle her whole career, but she wanted this battle. She really wanted this battle, okay? You have Surf. You have Surf, who is the elite of the elite, right? No matter what you think about, no matter how you feel, he is top tier. The top tier, the face of URL, up there with like a Tay-Rock or whatever. And 40 bars did what she was supposed to do. She beat him. But there's a lot of things surrounding that battle. So first, let's give 40 bars her props, right? 40 bars beat Surf. Surf is now a commentator. Now I think Lux threw the lob and 40 bars slammed on that motherfucker to end it. Like I think I can't give it solely to 40 bars because Lux kind of like get her no look alley-oop, and then you have the whole LeBron Dwayne Wade picture. But 40 did what she was supposed to do. The only caveat, her material's there, right? Her material was there. She had dope angles, definitely in the third. But the problem with 40 is what people throughout her whole career was telling her about is her delivery. how she performs her bars. She doesn't perform like official. She doesn't perform like KCJ. It's not really a high energy. It's not really barking. It's more like flowetry. It's more like Def Poetry Jam, if you will. Right? It's kind of like Def Poetry Jam. If her and Avery ever battled, like that shit would. Anyway, so like me in my mind, the last thing I'm thinking about is 40 versus Hustle. I'm thinking she's gonna bark on Surf, right? And she didn't. She was, walking around and she was like just saying her bars, and this is where we go over performance. I think Casey had a better performance than 40. Competition, we know Surf is very, very competition. Impact, here's where we're going to disagree. Okay? And KCJ already has consistency. We're going to get to that again. Also, here's where we're going to disagree. A lot of people will say 40 bars. 40 bars put Surf in retirement, right? I disagree. If that's why I set up. This is called a setup. Now I'll give you the punch. I don't feel 40 bars per Surf in retirement. I feel Surf put Surf in retirement because Surf at this point has not really cared for a battle. It cared any battle outside of the Geechee battle for who knows how long. Who knows how long? 40 Surf didn't show versus Lux, who is the end game of Battlerap. So as much as I'm not trying to slight 40, but I can't really give 40 the impact or give her the credit for retiring Surf when I feel like it's just Surf being Surf and retiring Surf. And I'm a God honest truth. So I have to give KCJ impact over 40. Now, consistency. If you go to that second, rewatch this. If you go to that second, 40 bars in that second round versus Surf definitely had a slip up. I don't know. It's hard to really say a choke. We'll say a slip up because she was like, fuck. And then went back to her material. Right? I guess if you would call that choke, you call that choke. I don't know. But she definitely slipped in the second. She was kind of slipping in the first, but got out that motherfucker. She was kind of low-key slipping in the first, but she was able to. So it was kind of like she definitely wasn't consistent. So in my opinion, if we're grading all the things that we grade on for a champion, I have to give KCJ the edge over 40. So now I have official here, 40 bars here, KCJ here. Now we're going to the last card. Now, this was where shit hits the fan. This is where shit hits the fan because nobody left undamaged. Almost this is where I started at in the beginning of this video. Nobody left undamaged. There was no clean performance. The only clean performance was First Lady Flames and Vixen. They did their thing all 3 rounds. Dope battle. Okay? First, we'll go to KCJ versus Bonnie Gadada. KCJ clearly, if you watch the blogs, clearly there was things surrounding the battle that I'm not going to go into. But there was things surrounding the battle that you could tell that KCJ wasn't on her A game, which is rare because she was on her A game throughout the whole year. She clearly was not on her A game. However, she still, in my opinion, was able to edge out the victory versus Bonnie, who I know a lot of people shit on Bonnie. People don't like Bonnie, whatever. Bonnie is still a top tier battler and a legend in the game. If you low key, she's a legend in the game. No matter how you want to slice it, dice it, flip it, trip it, dip it, hip it, and I don't know. I just feel like right there. Once again, shout out to the Red Cup game. It's a little hot. KCJ slight edge versus Bonnie Gadara, but it's not a battle you're going to rewatch, and it wasn't a flawless performance. It was just meh. right? So at this point, I know a lot of people are like, well, official versus 40. The battle to see who is the greatest women's battler of all time. Which that's in my mind going into it. That's how I had it, right? So whoever wins this probably should win Women's Champion of the Year, right? We're gonna get to that. Okay. So we have official versus 40 bars, a highly anticipated match who many felt was probably going to be one of the biggest dog fights we've ever seen. Definitely in women's battle rap. The problem is it did not live up to the hype, or both of them didn't live up to their own standard. Okay? So, first, let's go to the first round. 40 bars was 40 bars. She had more poise. She was not like how she was in the surf battle. She seemed like she was more poised, had better presence. Her delivery still wasn't there like I wanted her to be for Just Hustle, but I just let it go. Let it go. I don't know how Keisha Cole got her ass whooped versus Ashanti. Like, I don't know how she did that, son. Like, I really thought Keisha, my girl, like, I really thought Keisha was going to win that shit. And she could pull out the way she was supposed to. Anyway. First round, I have 40 winning that first round. Official was cool. It just almost like, I don't know. It just didn't seem all the way comfortable. I don't know what it was. 40 just better in my opinion. She was overall better. She was like, oh my God, 40 is about to. If 40 keeps this up, 40 is about to. It's about to be night. It's about to go night, nigga. It's about to be night. You heard? Now we're going to the second. This is where it gets dicey. Because a lot of people, especially Team 40, you know, I feel like the second round is going to be whoever you're more of a fan of. If you're a 40 fan, you're going to have 40 win that second round. If you're an official fan, you're going to have official win in that second round. Right? Official tried something new. She, put a gimmick out and did a thing. The only thing is, the way she did the angle I didn't like. It took her a while to set it up. And it just, I feel like she could have did a better job. Setting up the gimmick and going over how 40 bars be choking and things like that. I feel like she could have did a way better job doing that, and I think she should have saved that for the third round, especially because of what 40 did in the third round. It would have like really, even if she did it, even if official didn't execute the angle the way I wanted her to, doing it in the third round kind of, And then we go to 40 bars. 40 bars was good. It just, I don't know. It's just, So you got a second round to where both they were good. The material's good. It just, the performance and everything just wasn't up to par. Right? And then we got the third. Okay. Let's get to this. Let's get to this third. Okay. All right. I have to loosen my tie. This is where I'm gonna start getting emotional because I really want this battle to be like one of the greatest battles of all time. Let's get to official first. Official once again. Official throughout kind of most of the battle wasn't clean. She kind of was misstepping here and there. But the material was still good. It was really good. Okay? It was really good. 40 bars. It's funny. This is gonna be related, but kind of not. I keep thinking of the Mook versus Aver battle. When Mook was like, told Verb, you're so busy trying to get to Lux that you wound up having a head collision and became him, like something like that. I forget how he said that, but it was like you're so busy trying to get Lux that you wound up becoming him, right? And I kind of think of that versus Surf versus Official, where 40 bars was so busy trying to get Surf that she wound up becoming Surf. It's kind of weird, like how that happened. So she had 2 rounds, right? The third, she was doing good, and then she slipped up And instead of, I'll never understand this from a battle rapper. I need a battle rapper to really explain this to me. Instead of running the round back, I don't care to the beginning. I don't care if you run it back all the way back to the second, had to go to the third. Instead of running her round back, 40 bars decided to Jersey. After all the momentum 40 bars had and everything that she worked on after the summer, she almost had a Cinderella storybook ending. She had the, like, you could have written this better, from going from Summer Madness, right? Summer Impact, I'm sorry, to Watch the Throne 4. If she just would have ended her rounds clean, I probably couldn't. I can't. I will have to give it to 40 because of the level of competition and impact, everything she did. I can't give somebody Champion of the Year when they quit. She quit, and this hurts my heart. It hurt my heart. Like, I really wanted to give 40 the Champion of the Year after all, once again, knowing the story and all she's been through and everything she does. And I'm not even going to get into the battle versus, what was it, Misfit? I don't even know that nigga's name. I'm not even going to get into the battle. But after all she's been through and, like, to do this on the grandest stage, it felt like it was almost like B-Dot versus Chilla, except B-Dot just was able to run it back. B-Dot it's crazy. B-Dot was able to run his rounds back and then said he lost. 40 was not able to run her round back and said she won still. Interesting. But now it's like technically official won that battle. Official did what she was supposed to do. Okay? It's not the slight official. Official was still dope. But it's like, it's kind of like the K-Shine thing. It's like, it's the K-Shine thing, man. It's like, I can't give Champion of the Year to 40 bars. I'm sorry, I can't. You quit. I'm sorry, that weighs more than anything. Even chokes happen. That's the thing. Chokes happen. Slip-ups happen. It's going to happen. You can have all your rounds to the last second you on stage. And then you get on stage, it's just somehow it gone. It happens. I'm not mad at that. But the fact that 40 couldn't run her third round back to the beginning and then try to fight through it, I can't give her Champion of the Year off that. I can't. And once again, this is going back to the second versus Surf. People could make an argument for Surf winning that battle with 2 rounds if people wanted to. If people want to be petty, people could make a case for Surf winning that battle versus 40. Versus a nigga that choked. So it's like, through everything I went over, even though official technically beat 40 bars, and once again, if you're an official fan, you got official. If you're a 40 bars fan, you probably have 40 still win the first 2 rounds. But I'm old school. I'm sorry, I'm old school. I'm old school. I'm sorry, I can't give you the battle if you choke. I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I can't do it. Unless you're Harlem Hustle getting beds out. Unless you have a performance that supersedes, like, makes you forget everything, like supersedes everything. Then we can we can talk about it. But with that being said, going over everything, consistency, impact, just going over performance, level of competition, everything, right? In my opinion, who deserves it? In my opinion, KCJ. In my opinion, KCJ deserves to be Women's Champion of the Year. She has to be. In my opinion, she has to be. If I compare her resume versus 40 and official, once again, I feel out of the top other 2 contenders. if I compare them, like we just went over, she damn near had the best performance all 3 rounds. With both of them on the card 3 times. But I have to give it to her. She was consistent. She had impact. She had two body bags, dog. Two of them things, bruh. She had 2 body bags. Like, she cleared her opponent, right? Now, the Miss Merck thing, it's a K-Shine thing. It's like, well, the person didn't show up. So how much can you really give to that person? So, okay, cool. We'll not even pay attention to that. Swamp just took a bad approach. Swamp wasn't trash. He just took a bad approach. He thought he could be Don Magic Wand. Like, I don't know what he was thinking. He just took a bad approach. Swamp was still good. So, I have to, in my opinion, Casey J, she was better. She was better. And I know there's going to be a lot of Team 40 fans that are still going to try to give 40 the Champ of the Year. I know it. Team 40 is strong. There are close friends of mine that I didn't even know watch Battlerap that are Team 40 fans. Okay? That's the impact 40 has overall. But we're talking about last year, what it meant, all I needed 40 to do was get through her 3 rounds clean versus official. That's all I needed. And I probably would have gave it to her. It's almost the beat that situation. But I can't. This time I can't. Because she didn't fight through it. Even if she got the round, even if she did the round over, I probably might still give it to 40. But I gotta give it to Casey J. You have to reward hard work. You have to reward consistency. You have to reward somebody who didn't give up, who for most part was clean throughout all her performances. Mostly clean throughout all her rounds. She was clean, consistent, had body bags, had impact, dope material. Go watch that body bag versus Merck. Go watch that battle versus Coffee. Like, I haven't gone over that yet. Replay value. She low key might be the only person to really have battles that have replay value. That body bag versus Miss Merck, I still can watch. It's not like the K-Shine situation. I can't really watch this battle. I could still rewatch that body bag versus Miss Merck. I could still watch that body bag versus Swamp. I could still watch that battle versus Coffee, even though I feel like she lost. She was right there. She was right there. Right there. And yeah, the body Godiva battle wasn't good, but hey, it happens, man. There's nobody that has a flawless resume, some nights she's just not gonna be your night. But she still, in my opinion, came out with a W. So shout out to Casey J, in my opinion, who I voted for Chairman of the Year. Now, in my opinion, I don't know if I were to guess. I don't know who was going to win Chairman of the Year. I don't know who the panel is going to pick, because each one, like I said, 40 that official battle hurt official hasn't really won in any of her battles convincingly, not one. And Casey J, the only thing on her is strength of schedule. Her competition wasn't up to par with 40 and official. So I don't know who they're gonna have. I don't know how you don't have Casey J, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. Shout out to all the women. Hurricane Dew, CC on there, Wayne, Rita. I know I'm forgetting one. Low. Big Low. I want to buy a hoodie so bad, but the way my situation's set up, I can't have a woman on my shirt. She's like, who the fuck is that? Like, hey, it's Battlerap. He's like, did she rap or something? Like, no, she don't. She don't. I don't know her. She doesn't rap. Who's that woman on your shirt? Hey, like, it's Battlerap things, you know. Nah, I can't do that. It brings too much drama. But take your face. No disrespect, it's beautiful. Take the face off and about a hoodie, okay? Big Draco, all right. But a shout out to all of them. The women's panel. Follow Let's Talk Battlerap. Follow Hurricane Dude. Easy the Block Captain. Easy the Blizzy. Follow Rita Champion A&R Show. Follow Wing. Wing is like the OG of the group. The legend, bruh. Like if you don't know who Wing is, dog, like go back to Angry Fan days, man. Like really go back. What my man Posey said. Go back to them. To them Angry Fan days. The 2014, 13. Go back. She knows her shit. So yeah, shout out to all the women on the panel. Shout out to the women, all the female battlers for last year. To the women, I know this is a long video. I don't know if you're gonna make it, Pat, on this video. If you made it this far, shalom. Like, appreciate you. But I had to get some things off my chest. This really mattered to me. It matters to me. So that's why this video was even way longer than the Champion of the Year for last week. But shout out to everybody. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Hope we see a show tomorrow. I hope we see some pettiness. Hope we see some yelling out for all this shit. I'm gonna be having my red cup, my jigs. I'm gonna have my food. I'm gonna be ready for it. If you're not ready for tomorrow, get ready. We got a Super Bowl today. Get ready for tomorrow. Get ready for the Women's Champion of the Year. Come on. Let's go. I'm just a fan. What's my slogan? I don't even remember my slogan right now. You know I'm just a fan. I had to show one love. I had to do this for the people that love Battlerap, not the keyboard thugs. Battlerap, hold it down. I'm not gonna. I can't. It's winning. Like I can't. Should I do the time? Should I do the time right now, or I think I'll do the time. I'm not gonna do this. Like I'm not gonna do that. I'm for comfortable. I'm gonna do the time.